I'm coming on pretty early tonight, rather. Bit of Captain's vlog here. Uh, During this live stream, I will be crocheting. On the screen is a square that I made from the book 101 Crochet Squares by Jean Leonhauser that I like. So I watched something just recently and about crochet. Speaking of crochet, okay. So yeah, I watched something recently and it was saying that crochet is practical. And I was like, okay, well let's put that to use, shall we? Let 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 let's see what it do. Like, what that be like? Last year I crocheted some cardigans for warmth. So this year I'm crocheting summer tops to be cool. Uh, so that goes along with practicality. There's a lot of things you can create with crochet that's practical. So, yeah, crocheting a intermediate pattern. It might be my first intermediate pattern. Um, I was looking for, beginner friendly at first. I was looking for easy at first. And there's a summer top in this book that I have called I Taught Myself to Crochet. And I've been looking at this top for years and I went for it this year. I've started it, I've begun the process. I've been studying how to read patterns. I've been reading patterns, beginner friendly patterns and easy patterns. And now here I am reading a intermediate intermediate pattern. And it is its own. I got some choice words for this intermediate pattern just because like it's my first. I'm used to the easiness, the easy breeziness of it all. However, I'm getting along with it. I'm faring along pretty well so far. The top has a lot of elements to it. I've done the first part and I'm just about to complete the second part. I'm coming around the bend of the second part, and then there's another part to it, and I think that's it. Well, okay, so there's one part, two parts. I'm on the second part. I've done the first part. Then there's a second part that I'm on right now. And then there's another part that has two parts to it. So I hadn't gotten there yet. But I think the hard part is behind me. There was some open work in the front of it that I had to figure out. I did pretty well, I think, even though my counting didn't add up to the book's counting at some points. Some points it did, some points it didn't. Overall, I think I did excellent, muy excelente on that part. I will show it to get you guys feedback to show you my my finished project and yes, be yeah, dote over me and give me all the praise. Okay. Today when I was working on the shirt, I felt so proud of myself that I wanted to throw a parade. Okay. I wanted to throw a Mardi Gras parade. Oh, what do you call it? A Louisiana parade for beginning this project, going on to like the next part because I do think I tried this project a while ago and I got to a certain part and I didn't know where my stitching was, so I couldn't figure out like where to put my stitches. This is like before I started reading patterns, or I should say diagrams. So diagrams has really helped me to know how to look for the stitch below so that I can locate the top stitch. So I do enjoy diagram reading. But for this pattern and for this entire book, there are no diagrams. So I am kind of missing that. However, I'm faring along pretty well without the diagrams and only the words. Um, I'm utilizing what I've learned from the diagrams, to look at the work and locate the stitch above. So it's like I'm holding the diagram in my hand through my work, you know. I'm using the picture because I had to use the picture to figure out what the pattern was translating to me, what was going on, where I was in the pattern. So I'm using the picture and my studies. I have studied um, pattern reading, and maybe I will also visit that again. I started kind of sharing that on here so that I can continue to learn and put that to practice the pattern reading. There's a website that I was reading it from. Okay, so with this pattern, this is how I began because the information said to do this. Look at the pattern, see if you know the stitches. If you know the stitches, give it a go. So I looked at the stitches, even though it said intermediate. I looked at it. It's the top I'm interested in, and I'm intrigued to create it. Okay, so it has the stitches that I know. Single crochet stitch, check, I know that. Double crochet stitch, check, I know that. And chain, check, check, check. Hey, I know all three of those. And it's a slip slip stitch in there as well. So I know all of that. I'm like, okay, that sounds basic. I mean, I know that stuff, so let's get her done. Let's give it a go. So I started it, and because of the intricacy of the yarn and how the strands come from the yarns when you create the stitches, the pattern is given like a X type of design. And so just looking at the top, I was thinking that my pattern or my net stitch went into like some strands of yarn, because it looked like the top of a single crochet, but I actually had to look down and there was no double crochet up under it, so I had to not put my net stitch there because that wouldn't have been correct. um I needed to locate that double crochet at the bottom, and then the top of that was my single crochet that I needed to work in. So got that figured out, and also um, the directions of how to do the special stitches aren't in the pattern, they're in their own section. So I had to go back, I had to go to that section to get that information, which I did. Also, I utilized my highlighting tool. This is a pattern that I put on my iPad to see it better. Because that was an issue for me as well. The print was so small that it really deterred me from the pattern. Even though I was trying, I was sitting up there with a magnifier and the thing so little, trying to see how I was gonna get this done. And then I scanned it to my iPad and I'm able to see it better. So after, getting all that uh, laid out, um, that's when I was really able to see the pattern and what was going on and where the outline of the pattern, how the outline of the pattern was, so that I could be able to utilize, okay, the special stitch section and things like that, because it kind of hard to do things when you don't, see exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Like if you don't know the pattern by heart. Um, so yeah, use my highlighting tool to label where I was, so that when I go from the pattern to the special stitches, I kept my place. Um, um, the pattern, I guess because it's intermediate, it feels a bit vague to me. Like it tells me to do the existing pattern for so many shells and single crochets, and then do a special a special stitch for so many shells and crochets, or for so many counts with single crochets, and then after that number continue with the pattern. That's how it tells me. That's exactly how it tells me. And I'm like, you're not gonna tell me where to put these stitches? Like you really just you really just out here like, you got it. You got it. You can figure it out. And I'm like, tell me where to put the stitches. Can you just tell me where to put the stitches? But it's like, I guess that's the nature of an intermediate um pattern. It's like, do it for this many stitches. Do it for this many count and go. So I had to figure that out, which I did. So I'm like, doing an intermediate pattern. That's why I'm like, okay, parade time. Bum, 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 bum. It's like time to celebrate, because I have entered into creating or following an intermediate pattern. Yay! So happy. Like, that's so amazing. Like, no tutorials. Like, I've made it to the next level. Like, okay, so before I started reading patterns, I would look at a pattern. I would look and I would read it. It just felt kind of for basic terms and purposes like gobbledygook before I started learning how and understanding the pattern. So I would look for tutorials. I would see something that I would like, and I would immediately go search for tutorial, please, and hope that there was a clear, concise tutorial, because there are some tutorials that are out there, but some of them aren't clear and concise as to where to put the stitches. So yeah. So then you're looking for somebody, and then you might, yeah. So yeah, that whole thing, that's a whole search and find type of thing where you look for the tutorial, blah 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 blah. So, and then there's some things that you would like to crochet that don't have tutorials. And I think I have looked at uh at least the website that these I taught myself to crochet. These books come from. I have looked at like for tutorials. I'm trying to think. I thought I was looking for like the pattern online. I saw one that had a pattern online because I was looking to see the pattern more clearly because the pattern in the book was so small that I had to use my magnifying glass. Um, so yeah, I was looking to see if I could see the pattern online, but I only found one or two, and they kind of were items that I wasn't ready for just yet. So I wound up scanning this pattern. I don't think I found this pattern online, but it was in the book. So I had a scanner, scanned it, bada bing, bada boom. We're in there. We're on the second section of it. Is there anybody in the chat? Let me know where you're at. I don't know because I'm not there. I was just talking to the air. Okay, so nobody in the chat. Yay. Oh. All right. So, yeah, I'm feeling very excited about this top, even though I hadn't finished it yet. I finished an intricate part of it, and it was a few things I had to figure out. So I'm patting myself on the back. I'm giving myself a gold star and a smiley face sticker, all of that for as far as I've come with this pattern. Um, and yeah, parades and all. So yeah, really, really had fun yes earlier today celebrating the achievements of this pattern so far. Um, and I'm already thinking about another one. I'm already thinking about doing this again. First off, I gotta locate my hook. Let me see. I thought I had my hook and my work. Ay, ay, ay. Did it fall? Yep, it sure did. It's right here. Okay, so I got my hook. Now, yeah, I was thinking about what I would do differently. Of course, I would use a different color yarn because I'm like at the end of this color here. Um, and the camisole itself, the pattern is like you're gonna want this camisole in all the colors. And I'm like, yeah, that sure, yeah, uh-huh, you got it. Like, you said that, yeah, I concur. All right, So I thought of some yarn that I have that's kind of like in scarf mode because I started knitting it up, and then I stopped knitting it up because it was winter time and the needles I was using was cold to my hands. So that's why I had stopped it, and it's been on hold for a couple of years now. And it has some colors in it that I wouldn't mind having as a shirt, um, having as this camisole. Um, yeah, so I have that in mind, but I might need some more yarn to go with that because I needed some more yarn to go with this one. Um, Depending on how many skeins it is, and I've already done away with the band, the yarn band, to know how much it is, and it's done been years and all that stuff. Um, yeah, I was thinking, but I don't know if I got the uh yarn for it. Maybe I do. And I'll have to do it so that I know the color that I want will be at the top. Because this this camisole is created from the middle part down, and then after that's done, you go from the middle part to up. So it's like I started the top with the color that I wanted for the top, but that's the bottom. So I have to map out my yarn so that I can have the color that I want at the top. So when I finish this one, I'll see how it all comes together. I don't know. Yeah, I'll see how it comes together. Oh, also, I was thinking of using a smaller hook size. I don't know though. I don't know. I was thinking about it though. Like right now, I'm using a K. If I change it, I would use a J, but that might change my stitching. Um, and the 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 pattern suggests a K, but it does say use size to maintain gauge. It does suggest a gauge, but I didn't know how to do a gauge for this because it felt like the gauge um was the gauge instructions were vague to me. Now that I have done the pattern, I think I can figure out how to do the gauge now. Like as a beginner, I was reading it and the gauge was like the gauge was like shells and single crochet uh for 8 rows equals 4 inches. And I'm like, shells and single crochets, what? I don't know how to do that. What are you? I don't know what shells you want me to do. Are you talking about the shells that's 5 double crochets? I didn't know what it was talking about.